Welcome back, everybody. Derrick Soo, your East Oakland advocate. Well, this is the eve of Easter Sunday, and I'm a Christian, and I want to tell you talk about Lakewood, what happened, the shooting at Lakewood on February 11th of this year. That was Saturday was my birthday, then Sunday. I usually tune in to the Lakewood uh, service online, and so I'm very familiar with the church and what it does. But later, after that second service, there was a lady who showed up and started shooting up the place. It took 2 minutes and 36 seconds for the church security staff to neutralize her, put her down, along with police officers. And there was a quick response that we don't get here in Oakland. Um, anyway, I, I mentioned this because I myself, I for the church that I was going to when I was living out on Bayfarm Island, Harbor Bay Isle in Alameda. I went to Bayfarm Christian Fellowship, and I was the sound, light, and technical person. And the technical person, we were one of the very first churches to put our service online, and it was available to a lot of our members of our church, and even those who weren't, to watch the service because they couldn't attend. And so anyway, I also was the secondary security person, and for everybody, I was the only one that was armed uh, at the church. And the reason why I was there, number one, I worked for Department of Defense. I was legal for gun carry, and one of the biggest concerns that's always with a lot of churches is security, and somebody coming in and causing a commotion or a problem. And then recently we're seeing an uptick in violence, and in this case at Lakewood Church. The woman, her name was Janice Moreno, and she had a criminal record, but yet she was legally able to obtain an AR-15 and an AR-15 style pistol just a short time before she went on this rampage. And she is 36, single mom, and she dragged her 7-year-old into this fray. Unfortunately, while she's dead, her son, her 7-year-old, was shot in the head. It wasn't determined at the time when I was researching and reviewing all the video that's been available, whether it was police bullets that hit the 7-year-old, or if it was her who shot him herself. But anyway, they neutralized her. It took 2.5 minutes to neutralize her. And if you go back, look at the video that's available online, it's pretty interesting, and it's pretty scary. And while you're being shot at, and the person having assault rifle versus you having only a handgun is a significant factor in how you go about defending people and property in this case. And there was also documented mental health issues with Miss Moreno, schizophrenia. And yet she was still able to buy a gun in Texas. Here in California, that wouldn't have happened because we have background checks. And if you are diagnosed with schizophrenia, there is a California notice that goes out to a lot of important agencies. ATF is one of them. And so she would have been red flagged if she had applied to get a weapon. And the thing is, in California, you can only get one weapon a month, it appears. I don't know if it's changed, but I haven't checked in the last couple of years. But last time it was, you were limited to one firearm for every 30-day period. And I say that because I also am allowed through my FFL to buy, sell, broker, trade, and barter uh, weapons of mass destruction is how it's labeled with my FFL. And there are 9 different categories. I'm in quite a few for my carry, and I'm able to operate internationally also. And so anyway, back to Miss Moreno. She had a history of mental health issues, schizophrenia. So that would have been a red flag in California. In California, she would not have been able to attain those weapons because it would have come back no. And reason why, mental health issues. And so she would have been denied the weapons, and her money returned. So again, like I said, those weapons in Texas were legally obtained. So there's significant difference in the gun laws, and Texas really needs to tighten up because once again we have another mass shooting or a shooting in Texas, this time in Houston, in a church, and a big church. And they're not sure if this has anything to do with the current conflict going on in the Middle East, but she did have a Palestine flag sticker on the AR-15 assault rifle. So it is possible. They're still investigating, but I watched quite a bit of video that was available. You can also find some of those videos on YouTube. Just look up Lakewood Church shooting, and you'll see quite a few right there. And some of them are the actual cameras on the security staff that's there at Lakewood. And like I said, I had my little pistol on me in an ankle holster because in the picture that you saw in the introductory, I couldn't wear my weapon because the church staff said, we don't want any exposed weapons. We know that you're legal for carry. Everybody here in the church knows about what you do. And so it was just a certain comfort level. And I didn't have a problem with that. I told everybody who was concerned about this. I also have my small backup weapon. I can just put that in a place where nobody will ever see it, and it'll never be noticed by anyone. But I'll be the only armed person in the event that there's shooting going on. I'll be able to at least return fire with something, rather than having what is typical, no coverage, and hoping that somebody tackles the gunman. And that just isn't a feasible and plausible solution. And so Lakewood Church, that was a sad situation, but unfortunately that's the times that we're in. And again, it happened back in February, and it could be related to the Middle East situation. And we feel for the 7-year-old who was shot in the head. He's still alive, as far as I know, but he's in critical condition, and they don't know what the long-term outcome may be, because he was shot in the head. Uh, so anyway, sad situation, but this is the world we live in today, and even attending church can be dangerous. And in that case, in that particular situation, that shooting, that was just in front of the Spanish service at Lakewood Church in Houston, Texas. I've actually seen the church. I've been in Houston, and it is a massive building. So anyway, uh, I do watch on Sundays. I typically watch the early morning show. Anything that I missed uh, from the first service, I catch up on the second service. So thanks for joining me today. What do you think about armed churches? Good or bad? Thanks for joining me. We'll be right back.